Breaking tonight, a house fire under investigation. Police say they suspect arson. We're live on the scene with the latest. At least 2 officers killed in Honolulu. The FBI now on scene. What police say led to the shots fired. Plus, how locals are celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in our area. We start now with that breaking news. Police investigating a house fire as arson, and right now they're searching for the suspect. Crews were called out to the home on the 900 block of Sienna Drive in Centerton earlier this evening. 4029's Emma Claybrook is live on the scene right now. And Emma, what do we know? Also breaking tonight, 1 man arrested in connection with a deadly stabbing. Clarksville police say they responded to the area of Love Circle this afternoon. Police say they found the victim, 36-year-old Harley Lawrence, at the scene. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Clarksville police say they arrested 42-year-old Billy Brewer a short time later. He's being held at the Johnson County Jail. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but celebrations began early in Fayetteville. The NWA MLK Council hosted a memorial program at the St. James Baptist Church to highlight the legacy left behind by Dr. King.
He was an activist, and he was for everyone. Not just the black community, but he was for every man, woman, and child. He was somebody that was for everybody.
The crowd heard from several speakers who talked about Dr. King's legacy and the actions he took against racism back in the civil rights era. A similar event was held tonight in Fort Smith at their St. James Baptist Church location. If you are looking for more ways to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., tomorrow at 11, the NWA MLK Council will be holding a Freedom March at the corner of MLK and Razorback Road. On the other side of the hill, the city of Fort Smith is holding their MLK Day Parade. That's at 11:30 on Garrison Avenue. We want to turn now to weather. Chilly temperatures forecasted for the holiday. Meteorologist Taylor Pinnell is here now with the details. Taylor, don't tell me it's going to be so cold.
Yeah, the week.
Good to know. Thanks, Taylor. Today, dozens of people marched for life. That march started at St. Raphael Church in Springdale, then headed down to Emma Avenue for a rally. It comes on the 47th anniversary of the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision that legalized abortion in the United States.
We're all together just saying all life has value. All life has value, and we need to protect and make a safe place for our unborn.
The Democratic Party of Benton County sent us this statement saying in part, quote, "We support reducing the number of unwanted pregnancies through access to contraception and evidence-based age-appropriate education. Abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. We respect everyone's right to demonstrate or march for what they believe in." Arkansas State Police are investigating an inmate's death. State police officials say 53-year-old David Shabazz was found dead by apparent suicide on Saturday. Shabazz was in custody for violating parole. His body has been sent to the state crime lab to confirm the cause of death. Tonight, shots fired in a Honolulu neighborhood. At least 2 officers killed. The FBI now on the scene, and the suspect reportedly stabbing 1 person, then setting a home on fire. The tense situation going on for hours. ABC's Trevor Alt has more. We're gearing up for a busy week in Washington, with the Senate impeachment trial set to resume on Tuesday. This week, President Trump's lawyers filed their first formal response to the impeachment articles, insisting the president did nothing wrong by encouraging Ukraine to investigate his political rivals. Trump defense lawyer Alan Dershowitz claims that there are no grounds to remove Trump from office.
When you read the text of the Constitution, treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors, other really means that crimes and misdemeanors must be of akin to treason and bribery.
The only thing really new about the president's defense is that they're now arguing, I think because they can't contest the facts, that the president cannot be impeached for abusing the power of his office.
The House impeachment managers filed their own brief Saturday evening, outlining their case against the president, arguing, quote, "The facts are indisputable and the evidence overwhelming." In our Commitment 2020 coverage, Arkansas's new Secretary of State says his team is working to better secure our elections. Several counties are getting new voting equipment this year, and his office is training those counties on how to use the new machines before the big vote.
Maybe 13 counties still yet to receive the new election equipment, so we're working hard to make sure that happens. Those counties will not receive it prior to this primary, but we're hopeful that they will by the general election in November.
Coming up tonight at 10 on 4029, we'll hear more from the Arkansas Secretary of State and learn what his office is learning from Homeland Security before the elections. The 2020 census begins this week in Alaska. This year, the first people will be counted in HANCOCK Bay. That's a city of 661 on the Bering Sea. The mail service is spotty and the internet connectivity unreliable, which makes door-to-door surveying important. For the rest of us, the Census Bureau will start requesting households to self-respond in mid-March of this year. Well, the 2020 census is cranking up its pay rates to get the 500,000 workers it needs in time. A spokesman for the Bureau says they hope to have 2.7 million applicants by March 3rd. But with unemployment at record lows, the census is forced to raise pay rates for would-be applicants. In Arkansas, pay rates for census takers range from $17 to $23.50 an hour. Commemorating 37 years of the Bluebird of Happiness. Today, Terra Studios officially turned off the furnace in a ceremony celebrating the end of an iconic art piece. People were invited to join in with memories and music, plus tours of the glass-blowing areas. This as part of the event. The people behind the studio say it's sad, but they chose to do it for climate change. Glass blowing generates greenhouse gas emissions.
And we hit the point where we started looking at our carbon footprint. And it was like, oh no, it's like we got to take a serious look at this one, because glass, like concrete and steel, is one of the most energy intensive industries in the planet.
He also says they spent about half a year researching the issue before making the decision. The studio does say that they will continue to sell Bluebirds of Happiness until supplies run out.
While parking my car last night, I left down the passenger window and was wondering why there was no snow around my car. Well, it's because I left the window open and all the snow is in the car. So, I can't even get in the car, there's so much snow.
Well, at least she has a good attitude about it. This happened in Canada this weekend. The woman you see there says she had rolled down her window to better see while parking in her driveway and then forgot to roll it back up. Taylor, I could not stop laughing at this video when our producer Blakely showed it to us before the show.
I just sit there and shake my head and go, people these days, you gotta pay attention to the weather, man. This is exactly why.
Well, good news is there's no snow in our forecast, so I guess I don't need to roll up my windows anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it is going to be certainly a chilly start these next few mornings here for us, but overall, no snow in the forecast until we get to the end of the week, and we'll see some